So today I am going to talk with you about a narcissistic husband, right? So we've talked about narcissism. I've talked with you about narcissistic wives and what that looks like. Today we're going to focus on a narcissistic husband or a long-term boyfriend and what that sort of relationship looks like. And again, if this was a relationship with non-binary folk, you would see some of these potentially in the partner that you're concerned about having the narcissism, right? So first off, common traits and characteristics of narcissists. Those common traits are just, generally being self-centered, right? Very entitled. It's very difficult to get along with. They think that they're better than other people. The focus is always back to them and it stays on them. You never seem to matter. So if you have a narcissistic husband, these are some of the things that you might see, right? You might see that discussions, that arguments are not something or that he'll ever be supportive with you during, right? So he'll never say to you during an argument or during a discussion about something where you're describing how your feelings are hurt or you're concerned about something, he'll never say, oh, I understand, and I'm sorry you feel that way, and this is how I interpreted it. I was thinking blah, blah, blah. It'll never be that. It'll more be like, here you go again. Here you go, always complaining. What do I have to listen to now? Oh boy, here we go again. Or he won't listen at all. He'll tune you out or just sit there quietly and be like, okay, are you done? It will never be that exchange that you actually need to work through the issue or the concern or feel heard or validated, right? Next thing, he'll try to turn your children against you, right? He wants the kids to like him more than they love or like you. He doesn't really feel comfortable with seeing them admire you and love you and feel proud of you and connected with you. He wants to be that one that they're always feeling love towards, admiration towards, admiring and feeling connected to. There's no sense that both of you as parents can have that positive relationship with the kids. He always wants them to choose one over the other, and it's always going to be him that he wants them to choose. So that can take the form of actually saying negative things to you about them, or saying, cracking nasty, rude jokes about you. Oh, stay away from her. You know how mom is. You know how she is. She's blah, blah, blah. Sometimes a narcissist will start that when a child is very young with the intent and purpose of damaging that relationship for the long run. So they're the chosen parent and you can never have that strong connection and bond with them. It's a horrific thing, but it actually happens. Another thing, all of the choices in the family that should be made collectively or should be made, in terms of thinking about and considering what everyone needs are really going to be made about him and what he wants and needs, right? You're never going to go to the vacation place that you want to go. The family will never go there. You'll go where he wants to go. If he wants to be nice to the kids, you may go where the kids want to go. Where you want to go doesn't really matter, right? You may end up doing things alone, like socializing alone, hobbies, clubs, other things that you would normally bring a partner to. You may have to do that alone because he won't be interested in doing them with you. At some point, he might even stop asking you how your day was or wanting to connect with you after work or after he gets home from work or you get home from your long day of work. It'll become so much less about you and than anything else in the relationship. Another thing to think about, he's happy to cheat all the time because you, as his wife, are not adequate, right? He feels he deserves better than the wife that he has right now, and he has a right to additional sex partners. He truly believes that. No matter how awesome you actually are, it doesn't matter if you look like Beyonce or whoever it is that you find beautiful. It doesn't matter if you're perfect in so many people's eyes. He feels like he deserves better and he has a right to additional sex partners. And he will cheat. Another thing is that accusations about, you'll find lots of accusations about any discussion that you have with another man. He'll fish and fish and fish and want to listen to your conversations and want to hear, well, what did he say? And what did you say? And what did he say? And what did you say? And he's fishing for content that he can then turn and use against you, right? You see a lot of people who are batterers have this disorder. Okay, I'll be straight up with you. A lot of batterers have this disorder. He isn't a partner when it comes to the marriage. He's actually competing with you, right? So if you are doing better than him financially, educationally, you have a better relationship with the kids, any rank that's higher than his or status higher than his status, expect him to begin to sabotage you or find other ways to act out against you. The better you do, the angrier he is, and the more you're going to see sabotage. So if you're in a relationship with a narcissistic husband and you have a great job, he just never seems happy, and that's probably the reason. So let's see, a couple more things. He will try to control your appearance, whether that's your weight, whether that's your clothing, whether it's your style, whether he wants you to put more clothes on because you're immodest, or whether he wants you to take your clothes off and look sexy for other men and wear makeup and do this and do that, or wear a burqa, whatever it might be. He wants to have that control over you and your appearance. That's something you will almost always see. The wife's contribution is diminished. And that doesn't matter if she's a professional woman. It doesn't matter if she's bringing income into the home through her work. It doesn't matter if she's a homemaker or raising children. Her contribution is always going to be diminished no matter what it is, right? It's always less than his important contribution. Another thing, he really truly believes that the wife is meant for and solely used for his support. So you're supposed to pay whatever for him if you earn more. You're supposed to do his laundry and wash his underwear and use the fabric softener he loves and have everything folded in the drawer, even if you work the same hours and shifts. You're supposed to do whatever it is that he wants and needs. That includes sexually, that includes emotionally, that includes the way that you look, the food you prepare, going where he wants to go. He's in charge and you are there solely for his benefit. That is the mindset of the narcissistic husband. If you find that you're in a relationship like this, don't confront that person. You're not going to get anywhere. Get help. Find a therapist that understands narcissism. Not many therapists do. You can find some, but it's going to take some work. That's a specialty that we need additional training around in order to be effective therapists and work with you and understand. So don't just go to any therapist and talk about this. They may, assign it to 25 other things. Don't go to any couples therapist with your partner and just say, hey, we have all these issues. Can you help us? You need someone who understands narcissism, the narcissistic spectrum, narcissistic abuse, narcissistic relationships, okay? Or you're going to end up spinning your wheels, getting nowhere. Or you may end up in a situation where he has a therapist colluding with him and they are turned against you. That's very, very common. These con artists / narcissists are really good at convincing people that you're the bad guy. And it won't just be the therapist, it'll be everybody else behind your back. So pay attention and get the support you need, okay? Hang in there. Oh, and if you have any questions, feel free to write them in the comments, or feel free to like and subscribe to my channel. I'll be more than happy to share more free content with you. Bye-bye.